Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from PaulGaleNetwork.com, and we are just about a minute away from the Xbox 20th Anniversary Celebration event. It should be pretty exciting today. I'm looking forward to it. I had a small engagement this morning with Xbox on Twitter, as part of their "What do you think is the best, most impactful moment in Xbox history?" And good morning. Yeah, another gaming event. Oh, Mario just jumped up. He sees something. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And I was going through thinking about it, and having been there from the beginning, being excited for the launch, anticipating what the Xbox was going to be like. The thing came out in 2001, the first Xbox, but I was there from before that, even getting to check it out at E3. So really getting a scope of what everything was. The games, Halo, Gears of War, the Rare acquisition, all of these E3 moments, fantastic people that I got to meet along the way, make good friends. Ken Lobb, Peter Moore, Peter Molyneux, Larry Erb, also known as Major Nelson, Jay Allard. Lots of good times. Connect.
I love the art form of video games. I think we tell stories that bring people together.
Online gaming,
Competing or whether it's cooperative.
hard drive gaming. But that right there. More than Connect, more than anything else really, I think. When Xbox in May of 2018 dropped the adaptive controller, that really made me happy. As a kinesiology student, someone who has had many clients with various disabilities, various inabilities to perform physically like we all should. And as a professor now in kinesiology,
wow, after all of this time,
that adaptive controller hit me good.
Back here with Xbox fans around the world. I mean, just look at this stage. That alone shows you how far we've all come since 2001. My name is Robbie Bach, and I had the privilege of being in charge of Xbox until I retired from Microsoft in 2010. Now, when we started Xbox 20 years ago, the original idea was a business venture, a way for Microsoft to get into the living room. But as we assembled our team and got to work, Xbox quickly blossomed into a new vision for what games could be. An Ethernet port to connect players over the internet at broadband speeds. A built-in hard drive to help games evolve beyond the limitations of disks and cartridges. A global dedicated online service to let you play with old and new friends alike, no matter where they are. These were audacious, groundbreaking ideas at the time, but they were also risky. We faced skeptics and doubters, I'll be honest and say inside and outside of Microsoft. We had missteps along the way. There were lots of challenges involved in getting that first Xbox out the door in a way that was true to our vision. So when I think about what it took to bring Xbox to life, I always remember that success was not guaranteed. And it was your passion for what Xbox is that transformed that vision into reality. A vision only comes to life when others share a belief in what's possible. And for that, we are grateful to all of you, our partners, developers around the world, and most of all, our fans.
Microsoft is going to make a game console.
We weren't sure how we were going to do it. The risk was enormous. Microsoft was this dominant company of the era, but success or even survival was anything but
Flashbacks.
We started to ship quality games, and at the same time we weren't doing anything in the console space. One day, these guys from the DirectX team walked in. We just thought of ourselves kind of like rebels,
But we were a combination of craziness and genius.
We were a renegade team.
A lot of our thinking was focused on making the very best games.
That really meant something for us. We wanted to make a console designed to be easy and fun to make games on. We were trying to crash meetings and get traction on this thing.
We were an annoyance.
You're proposing taking money away from Office in order to fund some game system?
Ballmer understood where the money came from.
Steve looked at the Xbox idea and saw insanity.
Wait just 1 minute before you answer.
What's the hard drive going to cost? What's the Ethernet port going to cost? There's no way.
Everything about making a console is hard.
We made this little device that was held together by chewing gum and hay.
And it doesn't turn on. It became clear that
Oh.
there were just some really big challenges for us.
The Duke wasn't a small controller.
You had to have gorilla hands to work with this thing.
It doesn't matter what your technology is. If you don't have the games,
It was easy for The Rock to hold.
Called Gale.
Forza was built as an epic racing game. Gears what was appealing to a hardcore gamer.
We were focused on having all of our games prepped for E3, and we were always just one catastrophic bug away from not making it.
Oof.
The Red Ring of Death.
Oh,
Brand is on the line, Microsoft name's on the line.
Red Ring of Death was tough.
We're Microsoft. We made freaking Windows and a spreadsheet.
It was chaotic.
Chaos, total chaos.
Our goal is to continue to innovate across all platforms.
Bridge the gap between traditional and cloud-based games.
And then sometimes there's surprises that come out of nowhere.
Oh,
We are no longer in the Microsoft playbook.
that was a good trip. I got goosebumps. That's awesome. It's still weird for me because Xbox was once the new guy. Now they've been around for 20 years.
So the project began almost 3 years ago with a simple question. Is there a compelling story behind the history of Xbox? The answer, it turns out, was yes, absolutely. So we partnered with an Emmy Award-winning documentary film team to really dig in and help bring the story to life. At its core, it's a story about how Xbox started as a passion project from a small group of gamers within Microsoft and grew to become a source of joy for Xbox players around the world. Whether you've been here for the entire 20 years or you have just joined us, we're excited to have you with us today. And we're going to relive some of our favorite moments, hear some words of wisdom from our very own Phil Spencer, and definitely have a little bit of fun.
Seeing Bill Gates up there, back at the launch.
Well, thanks, Rock. And it really is an
There we
honor
go.
to have you here. Believe it or not, I'm a big fan of yours. For instance, I know that you're a 5-time WWF champion, not to mention one of the top entertainers in the world.
Bill, I'm very flattered. I'm a big fan of yours as well. For instance, The Rock knows you're the chairman and chief software architect of the Microsoft Corporation, a leading worldwide provider of software for the personal computer.
Thank you, Rock. I'm very flattered myself.
By creating Windows in 1983, a multitasking graphical user interface environment that runs on MS-DOS-based computers along with Windows NT and Windows 2000, completely self-contained operating systems that feature networking, symmetric multi-processing, multi-threading.
That was so funny.
And, security. Bill, you've certainly revolutionized the technology we know today.
What a mouthful. Oh, man.
Rock, that is impressive. So, for the first time, let me now unveil.
That was cool. Gosh, that was 20 E3s ago for me.
I think this is going to be looked back on as the golden age of video games.
I was 17 at that reveal. Crazy. And Xbox came out, 3 days before the Nintendo GameCube in the United States. It was November 15th for Xbox, November 18th for GameCube. GameCube did come out in September in Japan, a couple of months earlier, but their US releases were side by side. They competed pretty much evenly throughout those next several years.
Hi, everyone.
What a trip.
I'm Phil Spencer, known on Xbox as P3. I've been playing video games pretty much my whole life. I actually joined this company as an intern, but I was still in school a long time before Xbox was even a concept.
Wow.
So when I think about 20 years of Xbox and what games mean to all of us,
Good seeing Phil
I
Spencer
always come
today.
back to the fact that around the world,
It's also
gaming is
nice
all
seeing
about people.
Doug Bowser and him
That's it. Games
have a
are all
mutual
about real people coming together
props
to create
given, you know,
experiences and relationships
this morning.
that cross geographies and cultures and age and all the things that can separate people in other parts of life. Personally, I've been fortunate to see that power of gaming to connect people in a few ways. At work, the best part of my job is spending time with the ridiculously talented teams both here at Xbox and across our industry. You, gaming creators around the world, are at the forefront of the world's most exciting art form. But the reality is that as an industry, none of our work comes to life until it's enjoyed by our players. You, the global gaming community, are a powerful force, and it is you who've made our passion as popular and important as it is today. Pretty much every day when I'm off work, I'm on Xbox. I'm chatting with friends, we're driving Jeeps off cliffs in Forza, I'm trying new games in Game Pass. This is where we live, and we've all seen how important and real those human relationships can be, especially in the face of real-life adversity. So when I think about 20 years of Xbox, I think about you, our community, and our creators. And I want you to know that I'm dedicated, Team Xbox is dedicated, and this company is dedicated to continuing to invest, listen, and learn as we build the best, most welcoming, and most fun entertainment ecosystem anywhere on Earth and beyond. At Xbox, we're on a mission to bring the joy and community of gaming to everyone. And we're honored that you've joined us for the last 20 years, and we can't wait to build the future together. So thank you, and see you online.
His name's Jacob. I met him like 3 years ago on Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Over the next year, he quickly became one of our best friends.
We're meeting for the first time.
But of course, it was only online. I've never seen him in person.
Taylor lives in Spokane, Washington.
He's here. It's just so crazy.
So let's pack up and head to St. Louis.
That's cool.
How's it been, bro? I'm so happy to see you. The Bridge Boys are back.
That's why we're friends.
That's pretty fun.
Since the launch of Xbox One, we've listened to you, the community of Xbox gamers, and we're grateful for your continued feedback. We continue to deliver monthly platform feature updates that enhance your gaming experience, and your response to the updates continues to motivate us. Last year, the team decided to tackle a feature that has been consistently at the top of your request list. And while we weren't sure it was possible, today, I'm pleased to announce Xbox One backward compatibility.
Backwards compatibility, Game Pass.
Your Xbox 360 games. The games you've invested your time and
Good
money
stuff.
in, and the games you want to continue to be played will be playable natively on your Xbox One.
You asked for more games to join our backward compatibility catalog, from the biggest blockbusters to cult classics. And we listened. Today we are celebrating our anniversary by adding more than 70 original Xbox and Xbox 360 games to our backward compatibility catalog. The entire Max Payne series is now playable on Xbox Series X, Series S, and Xbox One consoles for the very first time. The entire Fear franchise can now be played on our latest machines. Games like Dead or Alive Ultimate and Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast are once again playable on a new generation of consoles. All original Xbox games will look better than ever on all modern consoles.
Every one of the titles added today will benefit from Auto HDR, and many will enjoy increased frame rates with FPS boost.
See, that's
including
awesome.
A wider range of our existing backward-compatible titles, like the Gears of War franchise, the Fable franchise, Cameo, and Sonic Generations. At Xbox, we are committed to preserving the games that you love, enhanced by the latest technology while staying true to the original creator's vision. What better way to celebrate the past 20 years than by playing the iconic games that helped to define it? Thank you for being with us on every step of this journey.
Perfect Dark. I'm so excited for a new Perfect Dark. Xbox really hasn't done a lot with that franchise since, purchasing Rare after Nintendo sold half of its stake in Rare back to itself. We've got 2 decades and, a Perfect Dark Zero prequel and a port of the original Perfect Dark with some improvements in the cinematics and overall resolution and textures, but gosh, that's about it. Yeah, it is pretty cool. It's a good look back. Nintendo has the most storied past. They've been around the longest, so that makes sense. Mario. But, when you've reached 20 years like Microsoft has with Xbox, you too have quite a bit of history behind you. So it's nice to see this. Ah! Rock!
It has been 20 years since I stood
That's cool.
CES stage in Las Vegas.
Oh, I love it.
The original Xbox. Now, of course, I nailed all the cool buzzwords.
We're not here to say that can't be farther from the truth.
Symmetric multiprocessing, completely self-contained operating system. And how about that look? I mean, the outfit, the glasses. Who wears glasses inside? And I even those were the days, the good old days. But thank the Lord, I left the fanny pack in my All right, well, I hope you had a chance to watch Red Notice on Netflix over the weekend. And here's the thing.
Last night.
A kick-ass vault.
So much fun.
Inspired by the film with some amazing treasures and artifacts from Xbox over the last 20 years. Now look, my co-stars Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot, being the master thieves that they are hell-bent on getting into the vault and getting their hands on these artifacts themselves. So I need your help. I need you to break into the Xbox vault yourself by heading over to the site.
Cool.
Now I'm excited to tell you we got hundreds and hundreds of amazing prizes, including an oil painting of yours truly from that moment 20 years ago.
That's pretty cool.
The glasses, the hair, the whole thing is there. And custom Xbox Red Notice hardware, Game Pass collector's cards. We got hundreds and hundreds of them for you guys. And last but not least, 3 Cleopatra eggs, just like the ones in Red Notice. All right, it's time for me to go and hit the Iron Paradise and show Master Chief what real guns look like.
You never cease to amaze the Rock.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh, man. That was awesome, dude. As a longtime fan of The Rock, of the WWF, WWE, I loved seeing Rock at the original presentation way back in the day. Man. And to see The Rock today, for many people, he's an actor. He'll always have that connection to me, for me, as a professional wrestler turned actor, and that's awesome. I got to enjoy him throughout his entire career as a, teenager in the mid-90s watching The Rock, seeing him at WrestleMania, seeing him at SmackDowns and Raws, following his career. Really cool having him be a part of today's presentation. That was awesome. Yeah, Xbox brought forth achievements too. Good moment right now. This was fun 2 years ago.
Walking the streets of the future is really going to be breathtaking. breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
That Keanu Reeves moment was cool.
More than just fun. It's an activity that brings people from all walks of life, from all over the world together.
Todo puede ser real en un juego.
Yeah, I guess depending on how old you are, if you're on the younger side, Xbox could have been around your whole life, and you grew up. You know, if you're a teenager nowadays or young 20s, maybe you always knew that there was, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, and that's it. But if you're in your 30s or 40s, probably, especially the older you get, you're aware of a time where there was Atari, there was Sega, there were these other companies like Intellivision, which is coming back too. But Xbox has now been around in the public eye and has sold more and has been active for longer than any of those other companies.
You see it in real products.
It's just several years younger than PlayStation, really. Which in 2001, Xbox truly was the new guy. Because Sony, they released PlayStation in 95 in the United States, 94 in Japan. So we were already seeing another company enter and be around for 7 years at that point. And of course Nintendo around much longer. But now, 20 years have passed.
With the people they want on the devices that they want to play.
So this is all old school footage from the early 2000s.
That underpins gaming experiences for the globe. That's the vision.
Good stuff.
It will connect people. It will empower creators to achieve things they never could before.
Oh, the adaptive controller. Like, that wins it for me. That's so cool. Oh, major props. Not even for me personally, like, playing and using it, but just how happy and proud I am to see that that was created, you know? Greetings.
All pouring their incredible passion into creating new worlds and amazing experiences, the future of gaming is awe-inspiring. At Xbox, our love for players starts with our love for games and the creators who make them. We know that to reach more gamers in more parts of the world, we need to keep bringing more creative voices and perspectives to the table, fostering a community as diverse as the world we live in and inclusive of all that makes each of us who we are. That's why we relentlessly invest to make it easier and faster for developers to build the games we love. We've driven innovation to enable developers to build accessibility features into their games, like remappable controls and adjustable color or text for players who are visually impaired. We collaborate with creators to encourage representation of diverse characters for stories that can open our eyes and our hearts to new points of view. And we're committed to bringing those incredible games to every gamer on the planet by making it possible for anyone to play any game, anywhere. We do that with Game Pass, bringing you hundreds of titles from hidden gems to the biggest hits, playable across all devices. We do that with our consoles, the most affordable and powerful console lineup with Xbox Series S and X. And we do that with things like the Xbox Adaptive Controller, which has unlocked the joy of gaming for over 400 million players with disabilities. When everyone plays, we all win. It isn't just a tagline, it's a core principle that inspires everything we do. So please join us as we look forward to the next 20 years and more, as we unleash creativity, embrace a global community, and delight gamers everywhere, together. Thank you for being the core of what makes Xbox great.
Our duty as soldiers is to protect humanity, whatever the cost.
Halo TV series. First trailer. Oh man, These goosebumps are real. Legs too. Awesome. Streaming in 2022. Is that it? Is that all you're giving us? Yeah, that's all you're giving us.
I'm so fortunate to be able to work
Hey,
and play
that's
in
cool.
this incredible sci-fi universe of Halo. Like Marvel and Star Wars, Halo is a universe where hundreds of stories can be told and where millions of experiences can be shared. Halo began 20 years ago as the defining experience for Xbox. And thanks to you, it's now a global pop culture phenomenon. Whether it's the highly anticipated Halo TV series coming to Paramount Plus next year, which you just saw a glimpse in that live-action teaser, or stepping back into the boots of Master Chief in Halo Infinite this December, the Halo universe continues to expand in new and thrilling ways. Because of your passion for Halo and your constructive feedback, we gave Halo Infinite more time to refine it for everyone that has been with us from the
A
beginning
full year?
and for anyone who's just getting started. This game is a return to our roots with an epic campaign and a deeply rewarding multiplayer. And we can't wait for you to jump into this all-new Halo experience. While the Master Chief is the hero of Halo, our fans are his heart and soul. And we at 343 are proud to celebrate 20 years of Halo with you in a very special way. Enjoy.
That's cool. I was trying not to talk during that.
To everyone who played in the recent multiplayer flights, your passion and feedback and spectacular gameplay clips inspired all of us as we made the final push to get Halo Infinite ready for launch. As a thank you, and to celebrate our 20th anniversary, we wanted to do something special. So, let me hand the mic to Tom French, Creative Director for Halo Infinite Multiplayer. Tom?
Thank you, Joseph.
Dropping today.
On behalf of the entire Halo team, it's my honor and privilege to announce that your Spartan journey begins today. Right now, you can download and start playing Season 1 of Halo Infinite's free-to-play multiplayer beta.
Awesome.
Xbox One, Series S, X, and PC.
Wow.
This is the kickoff of our season, and you'll have access to all the maps,
It's on everything.
new features, and the full battle pass to unlock. And your progression will carry over when we officially release the game on December 8th. This is an amazing moment for our team to get to celebrate this, as we finally get to release the game and play with you all online. See you online, Spartans.
Very cool. Very cool. On their 20th anniversary. Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna download it too. I'm gonna end this stream, download it.
This facility off the grid to train the next generation Spartan. To be a Spartan, you must become the impossible.
Greetings, Spartan. It would be my pleasure to serve at your side. An electric kid.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be really interesting because this is a big time feeling Halo game. Now I think all Halo games are pretty big, pretty good sized events, all good quality titles. Some better than others, but all are great, you know, at the end of the day. But it's Call of Duty and Battlefield that have entries every year, sometimes a couple of entries every year, and those games have just gotten bigger and bigger, and then just have these massive install bases. And with things like PUBG and Fortnite having very prominent places online, I'm stoked to see how Halo Infinite, which seems to be the biggest Halo experience to date, probably, how it's going to do online against all of these others, because they're all competing for time in that first-person shooter space, even though a couple of them that I mentioned aren't first-person necessarily, you know. But yeah, because we have some heavy hitters this fall, not just in, you know, the overall gaming landscape, like with Pokemon and Shin Megami Tensei and stuff like that. You know, those are other games that are all competing for online time. But specifically, if you want to go into online multiplayer first-person shooter or otherwise shooting each other in fields, Halo has some competition. But I think this is a big enough of a launch, a big enough deal, that it's going to do just fine. Who will take crown? We'll see, right? I'm definitely going to play it. And they all can and probably will succeed on their own, honestly. They satisfy different needs. You could play one, probably hop into another, but folks are more likely than not going to gravitate towards one, and that's going to get most of their time. And who will last the longest? That's the second question, you know. Halo Infinite, they're doing it in seasons. You're almost done downloading. That's fantastic. I have yet to start, obviously, as I'm sitting here, but I will do that in a moment after I wrap up. Yeah, Halo with its seasons, with its multiplayer, with its main campaign, which I'm looking forward to that quite a bit, being available on Xbox Game Pass. And like they said, you could play it on the basic Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X. There's around 50 million Xbox One players. Not everyone has an Xbox Series S or X, which it's also on, and that's terrific. And on PC, you really have it covered, where if you have one of those platforms, and a lot of people do, you're going to have a great installed base going forward. And having it on Game Pass makes it a very affordable way to hop in if you're not buying, you know, an actual Halo Infinite disc come next month. So, pretty cool. All right, what did you think? I like this look back. A good amount of nostalgia, seeing Bill Gates and The Rock way back in 2001, footage from several different E3s over the years, you know, acknowledging things like Kinect, Adaptive Controller, Game Pass, backwards compatibility on Xbox One of Xbox 360 games, hard drive, online high-speed gaming, like all of it was cool, right? Yeah, good stream. Showing Perfect Dark. They didn't like mention too much in terms of acquiring studios, like here's who we have, here's who we've picked up along the way, but they didn't really need to. This was more of a look back at the overall concept of Xbox than hey, this is who we have working for us necessarily. Always fun watching these gaming events with you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, and you're welcome. Right back. That was cool. All right. I'm going to go download Halo Infinite's multiplayer. I'm looking forward to checking that out. Thank you for watching me. Xbox, congratulations on 20 years in the video game industry. You were the new guy, like I said. You're not so new anymore, but you are the youngest of the big three. You've done a lot. You've had different successes, different contributions, and I think that's what I respect a lot in video games. I like video game companies that create awesome software and hardware. And when you could create software and hardware, but also do something that's original and further propel the video game industry by really contributing new ideas that go forward. You can't do everything, right? Nobody could do analog sticks and rumble and hard drives and online gaming and achievements and motion detection and screen, touch screen stuff, and like everyone's got to be a part of the puzzle. But at the end of the day, I think that what Xbox has done has been significant and is admirable. So you definitely hold a deserving spot in my mind of video game companies that deserve to be where they are in the video game industry, So props. Keep it up. Maybe we'll see each other online. Maybe, Paul Gale or Paul Gale Network on pretty much all social media and online accounts across Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. So maybe I'll see you online. All right. Have a good one. Xbox, happy 20th anniversary. I'll see you all later. Thanks for joining me. Take it easy. Bye.